Hello, I'm Mike Gordon. Welcome back to my perfect playthrough of Pokemon Red and Blue for the Game Boy. And spoiler alert, this will be the very last episode of Red and Blue for quite some time. Since we had beaten the Pokemon League last time. But we still have some Pokemon left for us to catch, and before we head off to Cerulean Cave, I want to fly down to Fuchsia City to heal up at the Pokemon Center. Unlike in future generations, the game does not heal your Pokemon do not get a free heal upon beating the Elite Four. Whatever damage they took against the Pokemon League, they inherit. So you gotta heal that up. But on top of that, we also have to talk to this guy so we could trade Slowbro for Lickitung. Blue version is currently quite a bit ahead of red version, though I'm gonna try to keep the two games synchronized because we need to perform one last trade at the end of the episode. The faster method would probably be to just perform all your trades at the very end of the game. With maybe one or two exceptions. But the reason why I'm not doing it like that is because if you watch the task walkthroughs, it can take about an hour to get all of the in-game trades out of the way. So, blue and red are going to make their way out of here as we fly to Cerulean City. And blue waited for red before flying. So now that we have our Lickitung, traded the spare Slowbro that we got in back in the Route 23. And now we're gonna use our Mew to surf all the way down here. And it's worth knowing that we have 3 more trainer battles left to fight in the entire game, and we're gonna battle the first one right off the bat. Because she is right there guarding the entrance to Cerulean Cave. By guarding, I mean she's in Route 4, who wound up on the plateau somehow. And has 2 Paras and a Parasect in the early 30s. Hypothetically, this would have been an ideal candidate to wrap up Charmeleon's experience pools, but we don't need to worry about experience points. We just have to defeat every trainer in the game. And because I'm over twice their levels, Body Slam should one-shot even the Parasect. Yeah, I'm sure they're cute, but we gotta make our way now into Cerulean Cave. And basically, I'm gonna read the Pokedex entries based on who catches what first. Blue takes a wrong way, and while red moves on ahead to the PP up. But blue runs into Dodrio first, while red runs into Kadabra. That means that both games are gonna be reading their respective Pokedex entries, while the other game will be skipping over that. Graveler's this is one of 2 to 3 battles I'm gonna use Graveler in. Moltres' fly Kadabra barely survived fly from Moltres, which probably implies that this Kadabra's a little bulky and not so fast. Blue just got Dodrio down, so I'll read Kadabra's entry right now. Emits special alpha waves from its body that induces headaches just by being close by. And now for Dodrio's. Uses its 3 brains to execute complex plans. While 2 heads sleep, 1 head stays awake. Alright. So let's see if I can run into a Kadabra now. And we want to save 2 encounters till we reach the bottom floor. But Red had already encountered its second Pokemon, which is Hypno. This will be one of 2 to 3 battles that Moltres is gonna see. And the reason why I'm using Moltres or Graveler is because these Pokemon are too low level to survive an attack from Dragonite. So Moltres luckily wasn't poisoned, so maybe we'll Ultra Ball that. And Blue's gonna catch Kadabra, its first Kadabra as well. When it locks eyes with the enemy, it will use a mix of lock eyes with the enemy. It will use a mix of side moves such as Hypnosis and Confusion. Alright, and Blue's gonna skip the Hypno entry. And I need to catch 2 Kadabra. This will be the last double capture that we're going to make in this game. And it looks like Red's gonna run to its second Kadabra before we run into a single Dodrio. By the way, because between these 4 captures, we no longer have to worry about reading Pokedex entries, at least until we get to the bottom floor. But Blue still needs to catch its second Kadabra and a Hypno. So I'm getting a little worried because there ain't much room for the first floor, and you can only catch Hypno on the top floor. Kadabra and Dodrio can both be caught on the first and second floors. And though I could also hypothetically catch Raichu or, oh look, Blue's run into a Hypno and Red's run into Dodrio. This, I believe, is Red's last capture. And I'm going to use Graveler against this Dodrio. And Blue's gonna capture its Hypno, and it's gonna be its last capture until we reach the bottom floor. At least I think so. Nope, sorry, I forgot. I still have to catch the other Kadabra. This will be the last capture Blue makes until we reach the bottom, the basement floor. Alright, I don't think this Dodrio would survive another rock throw, so there's another Pokedex. Skipping its Pokedex entry because I don't need to read it again. And I believe the last Pokemon left for... Actually, no, Red's done with captures. Dodrio was literally the last Pokemon I needed to catch, so... I'm using a Max Repel now. Those 2 Max Repels are gonna come in handy at the tail end of Cerulean Cave. And I don't need to worry about precise movements or going the right way, because I need to use up steps so I could capture something at the bottom floor. And we need to make 3 captures at the bottom floor, and these will be our final 3 captures in Red and Blue before we complete the Pokedex. So Max Revive. Blue's gonna take a bit of a while to move around his item bag. And just in time too, because we got ourselves a second Ultra Ball. And there's a Rhydon. We could have caught this on the second floor if we wanted to, but I knew I would run out of... The only Pokemon on the other floors that I could still catch down in the basement were Rhydon and Raichu. Red's getting hammered by the Fury attacks, so Blue was able to catch up to Red. So Blue's gonna be the one reading the Pokedex entries. Protected by an armor-like hide, it is capable of living in molten lava of 3600 degrees. Now we're neck and neck. Just one more capture to go. Well, technically two, but there's an interactive one. So one more before we have to make use of the second repel. Let's see if we can have, nope, non-blue version and non-red version. There was one more Ultra Ball for us to pick up, so we'll have to do this the hard way. But yeah, this is the last wild Pokemon for us to catch. And you know what? It's a good thing I postponed getting this Pokemon till this point, because it's going to help us battle one of our remaining trainers. As there's technically one super trainer left for us to fight, and both Red and Blue were able to weaken Raichu with just a single Earthquake. Yeah, another good that I kept Graveler in my party. Its long tail serves as a ground to protect itself from its own high voltage power. Alright, Ultra Balls, and because Red's technically ahead of Blue, Red will probably be the one reading the remaining Pokedex entry. While we wait for Blue to catch up. Let's read Lickitung's Pokedex entry. Its tongue can be extended like a chameleon's. It leaves a tingling sensation when it licks enemies. Alright, let's battle Mewtwo. Our objective in Red and Blue is to freeze this Mewtwo and then weaken it to critical health and then lunge an Ultra Ball at it. And hope that catches. Spoiler alert, because I'm playing this on emulator, I don't need to worry about actually catching the thing, I just need to freeze it. Blue takes basically no damage and freezes Mewtwo right away, so Blue's gonna be the one that reads Mewtwo's Pokedex entry, while Red struggles to weaken it. Here's the freeze for Red. It was created by a scientist after years of horrific gene splicing and DNA engineering experiments. Alright, we are going to use an escape rope now that we caught every possible Pokemon we need to catch. We're gonna heal up at the Pokemon Center, and we're going to try and get our party set up for our final trade now. We have 145 Pokemon caught with 151 seen. So we need to make this trade to get our final Pokemon. I need to deposit anything that I don't need. I still need Sandslash, Arbok, and Graveler, and then I withdraw the highest level Kadabra, level 51. I need to change box to box 11 because that box contains our 2 Machoke and our 1 of 2 Arbok or Sandslash. No, so Sandshrew or Ekans. We already have Arbok and Sandslash in our parties. We don't need to worry about that. And then box 7 because that's where our 2 Haunter reside. Alright. Collects completion, 150, 145. I have nothing left to say. You're the authority now. So we heal up the Pokemon Center, and Red's gonna wait up for Blue version. While Red swaps Haunter to the front of the party. Blue will do the same thing, but Red has to wait for Blue. There. The reason why I put Haunter in the front is because the top 4 Pokemon are all trade Pokemon. So with the save, we power off. And just like that, we are going to perform our final save. And to trigger this, we need to initiate dualgameboy. And I used a program to merge the save files, the save RAM writer, and apparently I did not properly adjust the controls, so I wasn't able to press up, so my control in red version was delayed by a little bit. But at least the trade will actually work this time. So we trade our Haunters, Gravelers, Kadabras, and Machokes amongst each other. And because I want to keep the living dexes contained within our own respective games, I'm going to perform a trade back afterwards. So not only do we have a complete living dex, but a complete natural living dex as well. With some glitches performed to make it more easier to perform. Alright, in the first of 4 trade evolutions, our Haunters will evolve into Gengar. Yay! Now for our Gravelers. Trading those in order to trigger our second of 4 trade evolutions. And there really isn't a whole lot for me to say for the next 12 minutes or so, 10 minutes or so. All it is me completing my Pokedex in both games. But actually it's 150 Pokemon seen, 145 caught. I never saw Golem because Golem is one of like 5 or 6 Pokemon you cannot, that you will never find anywhere without trading with another game. The others being the other evolved form of the fossil you didn't take, rather Omastar or Kabutops. I'm trying to think. Either Magma or Electabuzz, either Scyther or Scizor, so that's 3. 4. Mew, and if you don't, Mew, of course. And if you chose Charmander as your starter, you'll never be able to register Venusaur's Pokedex entry as seen either, without trading with another game. So that's interesting. Because there's no breeding, Red and Blue are quite notoriously the most difficult games to get a complete living dex in. Because you can't breed your starters, and you only get one of them. Your best bet for getting all the stars in any of the other, in red, blue, gold, silver, crystal is to simply trade with yellow. There's a lot of Pokemon that yellow doesn't have that red and blue do get. So this is the last trade evolution for us to make. We got our Alakazam, we got our Machamp, we got our Golems, and we got our Gengars. Whoa. And yes, I have to cheat. I have to technically me using PK Hex is technically cheating to get what I want. But the reason why I'm using PK Hex to help me out here is because I have no idea how to separate the save RAM editor from one another. So the trades actually carry over into my solitary files. I have no idea how to split up the merged files. So Ekans and Sandshrew being traded. We have 6 more trades left to perform. And these 2 are just to complete the Pokédex. Oh. Alright. Come on, let's go. Ekans to blue version and Sandshrew to red version. And then I will be doing the same with Arbok to blue and Sandslash to red. Oh god. This is so, oh man, this is so boring. Reading back trying to do commentary, because what can I say? All I can do is, this is so annoying. So boring. In future generations, these trades occur super quickly. And the reason why is because we don't have to see it from both perspectives. The trades happen concurrently in Gens 3 onwards. So you trade away to the other game, and then you get what they have right back. So bad. I thought I accidentally pressed B here. I was just holding B down, so it's a little finicky. Alright. Oh. The Gengars are being traded back to their original trainers, and the same can be said for Alakazam, Machamp, and Golem. Golem looks awfully cute for some reason. No wonder why Game Freak decided to make it so so that you will never find a trainer that actually carried one. Ugh. Yeah, see what I mean? Golem looks cute for some reason. Whereas Geodude and Graveler actually look kind of badass. But a bit of trivia, the only reason I figured out that Graveler, and Haunter were both trade evolutions were due to a couple NPCs at the Cerulean department store, the 3rd floor specifically, that spoke about these trade evolutions, and I basically deduced, okay, so the 4 have to be Graveler, Haunter, Kadabra, and Machoke. Luckily in yellow version, but you get an in-game trade that will give you Machoke for a Cubone. If that's not a steal, I don't know what is. Now, I'm gonna say this because the PK Hex thing does count as cheating. It took a bit of a while before I was able to get Pokemon readings in my parties that did not look like they suddenly had their stats drop down to 5 or 10 HP and 5 of any stat, like they're level 0. And I have no idea what caused that glitch to happen when I tried. So I took a bit of time to fix it, and I think I did. John will trade Machamp for Red's Machamp. John waits for Growl as Machamp is transferred. I think this is the last trade. This is the last trade. Machamp went to Red. Take good care of Machamp. For John's Machamp, Red sends Machamp. Red waits for Wells. Machamp is transferred. Take good care of Machamp. Now, before I exit out, I want to actually read their Pokedex entries, if you guys don't mind. But I also want to show off, yep, I have completed my Pokedex. Alakazam. Its brain can outperform a supercomputer. Its intelligence quotient is said to be 5,000. And there's the champ. Using its heavy muscles, it throws powerful punches that can send the victim clear over the horizon. Right next entry up is Golem. Its boulder-like body is extremely hard. It can easily withstand dynamite blasts without damage. And now for Gengar. Under full moon, this Pokemon likes to mimic the shadows of people and laugh at their fright. But yep, 151 seen, 151 caught. I have completed the Pokedex in both red and blue. So the first of 4 parts has officially been completed. Time to power off, because there's still 2 more things left for me to do. One is that there is a trainer I would like to run into. And remember that bug catcher on Route 6 I performed a trainer fly on? Even though I didn't have to perform it, I already caught both Mews. Well, we're finally going to get an answer to that real soon. But first I need to run into a wild Ditto. And this Mewtwo is gonna be key. Now, what's interesting is, while trying to fix Mewtwo's stats so that they actually worked as intended, I wound up unintentionally healing up Mewtwo. However, Mewtwo is still inflicted with the freeze status. So that's kind of a weird oversight. But it looks like, okay, Blue was the first game to run into a Ditto. So I use up a turn Frozen Solid, so Ditto could transform into Mewtwo. I would just use Recover or something to get it to work anyways. And this Raichu that I caught at the bottom floor Cerulean Cave needs to perform Growl 4 to 6 times in order to make this trainer battle actually feasible via the last trainer fly in the game. So Raichu and Blue, so Blue's Raichu is basically gonna just keep spamming Growl until I've used it 6 times. If you use Growl 4 times, I believe you get Venusaur, 5 times gets you Charizard, and 6 times gets you Blastoise. And that's only one of the 3 Pokemon that this mystery trainer will have. Apparently this trainer was dummy. Okay, Red ran into the Ditto. And Mewtwo has to have a special stat of 226. Exactly. It can be any Pokemon you like even Dragonite, if possible, could get the speed stat of 226. So Blue decided to just run away from this battle instead, so gotta switch Dragonite to the front of the party. Don't want to forget that. And the final trainer fly in the game. We run into Professor Oak, a dummied superboss for Red, Blue, and Yellow version that, again, had been dummied out of the final game. That's also one of the reasons why I used the Pokemon Center in Fuchsia City to heal up, rather than doing all that in Cerulean. It was to help save time when I used the escape rope. Anyways, I'm just gonna RNG manip the horn drills all throughout against Professor Oak's team because this is just a little bonus. So, actually it is people have theorized that Professor Oak may have originally been the champion of Kanto before Game Freak decided to make it so your rival would be the champ, would have beaten you to it instead. And all Professor Oak has is glitch dialogue, so don't worry about that. So this is the last trainer in the game, so perfect playthrough conditions, we have to beat every trainer, and we also have to pick up every item. Well, we've accomplished that. We've caught every Pokemon. We still have to beat every trainer though, at least once. This is the last trainer standing. Level 67. Yep, glitch decks. I have no idea what that was about, but it doesn't matter. Red will be trying to play catch up to Blue for the rest of the way. However, both games will wind up finishing up around the same time, so I don't have to worry about either game lagging behind the other. So, Blue version wound up getting sent to Box 1 instead, so that's kind of interesting. Your Pokedex is entirely complete. Congratulations! At least until Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Alright, I just realized that I was in Box 1 right there, and I decided to scroll through my boxes. This is my update on my Living Dex in Blue version, and Red's gonna do the same thing. 15 Pokemon out of 15 in Box 1. 15 times 10 is 150, but boxes 11 and 12 are filled with other Pokemon that I may actually need. Alright, so box 3, Blue version's in the works. Box 1, that's box 11 in Red version, by the way. And red is just gonna be playing catch at worst. Blue is more leisurely. But I'm basically proving that not only did I complete the Pokedex in red and blue, I've got a complete living dex in both red and blue as well. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Box 7. Oh, excuse me. Alright, see, red's already at box 6 while blue's in box 8. And I'm basically just going through the motions as leisurely in blue version. While red is hot on blue's tail. And that's the complete Pokedex side of blue version. And before I do anything else, I want to deposit Moltres, Mewtwo, and Mew in that order. That Raichu will play another role some other time. And these Pokemon are Pokemon I decided to duplicate with an objective that I have in mind. And I deposited Raichu in both red and blue, and oh yeah, red's caught up. And I need to perform the last save in blue version. As both games make their way to the Game Freak offices at Celadon Building. And we're going to read the diploma, and this will be it for red, blue, and yellow. Next time we are taking on yellow version. Wow, excellent, you complete the Pokedex. Congratulations. Leave a like, comment, subscribe to my channel, I greatly appreciate it. With all out of the way, this is Mike Gorn, sign out.